Hi, I'm Kimberly Allison from Starlander Music. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with my series entitled Rhythm Exercises. In these exercises we look at blues rhythmic phrasing. First, I'll perform rhythm exercise in the key of G, number 10, and then I'll break it down for you. Here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, let's continue with rhythm exercises in the key of G. This is number 10. Now, in these exercises, we use the exact same rhythm in every 2-bar phrase as we go through a 12-bar blues. So we'll repeat the same rhythmic figure 6 times for our 12 bars. The rhythm that we'll be using is triplet and triplet, triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, the first bar over triplet, rest, and triplet, triplet, 1 will be playing lead guitar. In bar 2, we'll shift over into the rhythm guitar pattern, which I refer to as the blues pattern. You might also hear it referred to as the Jimmy Reed pattern or the Chuck Berry pattern. It would typically sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... But because we're playing lead guitar into the first eighth note of the second bar, we will not be playing rhythm guitar there. So we'll be playing lead guitar and ending on beat 1, and we'll come in on the end of 1. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So lead over triplet, rest, and triplet, triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now that we've talked about the rhythm for this example, let's look at the scale that we'll be using. We're just using the G blues scale today. Now, the blues scale sometimes is referred to as the minor pentatonic. Those terms are a bit interchangeable. The difference is that the blues scale includes the blue note, so actually it's a 6-note scale versus a pentatonic, which is a 5-note scale. Let's go ahead and look at the blues scale or the minor pentatonic. Where we'll be playing it today. This is what's termed as the D form in the caged system. So what that means is the root of our pattern is on the D string here. So this is a G, and here's its octave. So we're fingering in this part of the fretboard, and so we're playing a G blues scale or G minor pentatonic. So I'm going to play it from the bottom of the pattern here at the 6th fret. So here it goes. G blues scale. So that's the G blues scale in the D form of caged. Now that we've looked at the scale fingering and the rhythm, let's go to part 1. Here's part 1. Triplet, rest, and triplet, triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So I'm going to start off with a bend release and a pull off. So that's my first triplet. So notice this first triplet, actually I'm bending to a chord tone here. I'm bending to the note D, so that's part of my G chord. It's the 5th. Then there's a rest, and then I play the G here on the 2nd string, rest, and then I do the same bend release pull off, and then I come down a scale, triplet, and then I end on the root G. And then I go over to the rhythm guitar pattern, and 2 and 3 and 4 and... On to part 2. Here's part 2. So I'm starting my first triplet with this passage of the blues scale that's chromatic, so that it actually starts on the 4th and goes chromatically up to the 5th triplet, and then I have the rest, and then I go and then my triplet comes down the scale, triplet, triplet, and then I end on the root on beat 1. And then I'm back into the comping. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and on to part 3. Here's part 3. Triplet and triplet, triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so at this point in the progression, we've moved on to the 4 chord, that's C7. I'm starting on the note G here, and that is a chord tone of C, that it's the 5th of C. So I'm starting on a chord tone of C, and I'm going up the blues scale. Triplet, that's the first triplet, and here's the and then the next triplet, triplet, and then my last triplet is, and then I end on beat 1 with the note G again, and again that is the 5th of C. And I come over and I've moved my comping pattern now to the blues pattern for C, and 2, and 3, and 4. On to the next phrase. Here's part 4. Triplet, rest, and triplet, triplet, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and so at this point I'm back on the chord G7, that's my 1 chord, and I'm sliding into a double stop. These 2 notes are chord tones. They are the 5th and the flatted 7 of G, triplet, and then I have a rest, and triplet, triplet. So I'm pretty much going straight down the scale. I did skip 1 note. And then I'm going to jump back up to the root and end my phrase before I go over back to the rhythm guitar pattern on G. And let's put that together. On to part 5. Here's part 5. Triplet, rest, and triplet, triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so we're starting off on a chord tone of D7 because we're on the 5 chord D7, and this note is C and it's the flatted 7 of my chord. So starting on that note, and I play a triplet, going up the scale, and then I have a rest and I start on D again, picking up into this triplet, and then I use the blues scale here. I'm going to the octave D, D, and then D, and then coming down the blues scale, and then continuing down the scale until I arrive on D again. That's where I end my phrase. And then I go to the D comping pattern, which is right here. 2 and 3 and 4 and on to part 6. Here's part 6. Triplet, rest, and triplet, triplet, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So I'm starting on the minor 3rd of the blues scale, and I'm pulling off to the root, and then I will also include the flatted 7 in this triplet. Triplet. And then I have a rest, and I go to the note D, which is the 5th of the chord. So triplet, rest, and then I repeat the triplet again, triplet, and keep going down down the scale for the last triplet, and then I end on the root G. And I'm back to the G comping here. And 2, and 3, and 4. Let's put that together. Just a little note, there is a bit of a quarter bend here. When I go from the minor third, that's the B flat, to the root at the end of that lick. There's the quarter bend. That's it for rhythm exercise in the key of G number 10. I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music, and I hope to see you back on my channel soon.